Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alright, so today I, an American, am going to be drinking Mezcal for the first time, which is, like tequila, a type of liquor from Mexico that is made with agave. However, that is where the similarities stop and the differences begin. Unlike tequila, Mezcal can be made anywhere in Mexico, not just one select area. And it can also be made with many different types of agave, not just one, like tequila, has to be made with. And that's without even mentioning that Mezcal has just very different production and distillation processes when compared to tequila. It is, to say the least, a very different beast than tequila. And I've heard some overall pretty dang good things online about Mezcal. And so as such, am very excited today to try some for the first time and to find out whether it is a liquor that I enjoy or not. Will I appreciate Mezcal on my first time trying it, or will I not? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to finding out. That is for sure. From what I've heard, the majority of Mezcal is produced in Oaxaca, a state in southern Mexico, and that is where this bottle came from as well. What I've got with me today in specific is a bottle of the Montelobos Espadin Mezcal, which cost me $42.95 USD for 750 milliliters at my local liquor store. And for that price, I got a Mezcal with an ABV of 43.2%, a proof of 86.4, and I also got a Mezcal that gets quite good reviews online. I've heard some pretty dang good things about this Mezcal, and so as such, well, I'm expecting it to be pretty dang good. But I do suppose, without further ado, now that I've covered everything I want to say for my intro, I should probably quickly go over the packaging of this bottle. Go over the look of the bottle itself, to say it another way. Then after that, I'm thinking I should probably get the cork all out, go ahead and smell Mezcal for the first time. And then after that, I'm thinking I should probably go ahead and pour some in my glass right here, take a sip of Mezcal, and find out, well, what I think of it, whether I like it or not, and let y'all know my thoughts as well. Once I'm done drinking, I'm going to go ahead and give this bottle my final thoughts. I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on Mezcal as a whole as well. And then after that, I'm going to give this liquor a rating on my own personal scale. But as said, first off, we've got to go ahead and quickly cover the look of the bottle, which looks fantastic in my personal opinion. We can see the nozzle, the snout of the bottle. I'm not exactly sure what really the right way of calling this is, but the place the liquor comes out of is very much just a normal, just spout. I'd have to say nothing super special, but then the bottle turns into a rectangle on the bottom area, which has a nice sort of, I'd have to say, texture to it. You guys can see it just a little bit, but it's got sort of a, not rough per se, but a sort of marbled glass texture to it, which I think feels really, really, really nice underhand. Does that marbled texture continue kind of on the side of the bottle? It's not quite as marbled, I'd have to say, but it is still a little bit rougher, yet quite smooth at the same time. And we can also see that the color of the bottle itself is that of a sort of smoked green, I'd have to say, which looks just fantastic. It's a very nice look, a very elegant look, if you ask me, and a more modern look than not, and the label certainly does help with that. The labels, as we can see, have a background of black with a white dotted border going along the inside of the sort of ending paper, or where it ends right here, I do suppose is really the right way of putting it. In white, at the very top, we can see the brand name Montelobos right there, and that has no sort of drop shadow or shading or anything like that. It's just in a very bold white text, and this is all embossed. Under that, it just says Mezcal Artisanal right there, which of course just means like artisanal mezcal in English. It means pretty much the exact same thing as you would think it means. Then under that, we have a little bit of a logo right here, a wolf or a coyote or maybe a wild dog or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what this logo is meant to be, I'll acknowledge, but it's some animal in the, well, I guess coyotes aren't actually technically dogs, are they? I was about to say it's some animal in like the dog family or something like that, but then I realized coyotes aren't, they're not actually dogs, are they? Or am I thinking of hyenas? Because hyenas, you'd think they're dogs, but they're actually not. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Well, it's probably a coyote or some wolf or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe a wild dog. Either way, the design looks pretty nice, and we can see all of the lines making up the design are in white, and there's a little bit of embossment going on as well. Looks pretty good as a whole. There is a little bit of gray shading under it, though, I will also acknowledge. Under that, we can see it just says Espadin right there, which is the variety name for this mezcal. And it's also the name of the agave that was used in the production of this mezcal. That is one thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about this bottle. The only agave used in the production of this variety was indeed Espadin Agave, which of course is a specific type of agave. And under Espadin, it just says Joven right there. I don't know exactly what that means, but we can see there's also two little silver lines going to either side, and this is silver as well. Then we can see there's a little bit of like a tax stamp right there, which just has a little bit of like a QR code on it, and also has a little silver thing that just says like Cam, and then Mezcal under that, and it has like some agave leaves right there. I'm not exactly sure what this is meant to be. Maybe this is meant to be like a stamp of legitimacy, or maybe it's a tax stamp. I'm not exactly sure, I will acknowledge. But under that, we go to another black label that just says 100% agave right there. And then we can see it under that. It just says organic and sustainably grown, hecho en Mexico, made in Mexico, denominación de origin protegida. I don't know what that means. I should have probably translated that before this video, but I did not. And then it just says Oaxaca right there, and that is embossed as well. And of course, that is where this liquor came from. I figure it says the origin. I assume that means like area of origination or something like that. So yeah, from Oaxaca. And then we can just see we get the bottle number right there. And then it just says ABV 43.2%. Alcohol per volume, 750 milliliters. And then on the bottle itself, in the glass, it just says Mezcal right there, which is pretty nice. And that's pretty much all that's going on with the front of this bottle. I think it looks pretty solid. On this side, we can see the label wraps around down here as well. And it just says Origin, Rancho Loma Largo, Santiago Matalan, Oaxaca. And they actually are kind enough to include the exact coordinates as well, so you can literally look up on Google Maps where this ranch is, which is pretty cool if I do say so myself. Then after that, it just says production and agriculture, Abel and Cuauhtémoc Lopez. I'm not exactly sure if I'm mispronouncing the name. I probably am. I'm really bad at name pronunciation, I will acknowledge. But then under that, it just says distilled under the direction of Ivan Saldana Oyarzabal. I'm butchering his name, I'll acknowledge. I'm really bad at name pronunciation, but that's who it's distilled under, I do suppose. Then after that, it just says, a message from Ivan. This mezcal is a result of the exploration into the flavors of the great Espadin Agave, with the impassioned goal of translating its depth and complexity into an elegant, extraordinary, balanced spirit. Hecho en Mexico. And, well, that's what it says. They're really trying to sell this agave and the fact that it's made with Espadin. On the other side, we can see they just have a bunch of sort of marketing stuff, I'd have to say. At the very bottom, it just says Exquisito Mezcal Artisanal. So, exquisite artisanal mezcal, Montelobos. And then it just says organic, roasted in an underground stone pit, milled with a traditional single stone tahona, wild fermentation, which means no yeast or nutrients added, and then distillation was done in 300-liter copper stills heated with a direct wood fire, which is pretty interesting. I was wondering, before I started making this video today, whether the fact that mezcal is made with traditional purposes or traditional items, more traditional items, rather than being a little bit more commercial, really makes a difference in flavor and taste. And people online says that, or they say that it does. So I'm glad I picked up something that is not commercially made on a like extreme scale per se for my first bottle of mezcal. Of course, it is still commercially made because it's being sold after all. I did pick it up at my local liquor store, which is not in Mexico. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to both sides of the bottle. Taking a look at the back, we can see bunch more information. Montelobos at the top, Espadin right there. Then after that, it just talks about the nose, taste, and finish. Says we're supposed to get a freshly cut grass, wet soil, honey, and ash-like smell. Then taste, we're supposed to get a sophisticated integration of roasted agave, herbicity, and smoke. And then on the finish, we're supposed to get chocolate, green pepper, and burned wood. Sometimes I notice those exact flavors from alcohol, not those specific flavors, but like the flavors they say on the back of the bottle, and sometimes I don't. Will I or will I not notice those flavors? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to finding out. And then under that, it just says Montelobos Mezcal is committed to sustainable agriculture processes, as long as well as maintaining local and authentic means of production. Ivan Saldana, a biologist and expert distiller, works in collaboration with mezcal producers and agave growers to bring knowledge and heritage together to create extraordinary mezcal. So they're really trying to say a lot that, man, this is some good stuff kind of thing. Then it just goes on to say imported by, produced by, certified organic. And then it just has the government warning right there, USDA organic, Mexico agriculture, and then I guess this is, I think that means kosher, right? So this is kosher. And then after that, it just has a bunch of stuff, bottle refund, barcode, and that's pretty much all that's going on with the look of this bottle, except for right here where it says Mexico instead of saying mezcal like it does on the front. And that's pretty much all that's going on with the look of the bottle. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cork itself before I go ahead and get the plastic all off. We can see it's very much a dark wood, probably just stained to look dark though, I will acknowledge. And it just says Denominación de Origen Protegida, Oaxaca, Mexico, so just talking about where this stuff is from. And that's pretty much all that's going on with the cork. Let's go ahead and see if I can manage to get the... Let's see if I can manage to get... There's a squirrel. Hey, what you doing, huh? Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, that's what I thought, huh? That's what I thought, yeah. I see you. I see you. Huh? You want to fight? Huh? What you doing? What you doing, huh? What you doing, huh? Yeah, run away. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dang squirrels. Dang squirrels. I think they're trying to dig a hole in the house. They've done it before, and I'm sure they will do it again. They just don't learn. They just don't learn. Just gotta scare it off. What can I say? Squirrels, they ain't my biggest op by any means, but they do be one of my ops, low-key, even though they do be kind of cute. But they up to some heinous stuff, let me tell y'all what. Let's go ahead and see if I can get this cork all out. Ooh, yo, good pop on that one. I like that, I like that. And let's go ahead and smell mezcal for the first time. Very mild smell right off the bat. Also, one thing I want to mention, this was perforated, so it split really, really, really nicely and really easily, which is something I appreciate. Interesting. So they're saying on the nose I'm supposed to get fresh cut grass, wet soil, honey, and ash. I'm definitely getting like an agave-like smell, a little bit of honey. And I wouldn't say ash, but I would definitely have to say a little bit of a smokiness. And the smokiness of mezcal, the smokiness of mezcal comes from the fact that the agave itself, before distillation and before the production process gets underway too far, is actually smoked in a pit for a couple days from what I've heard. Which is very interesting. Yeah, I'd have to say smell-wise, it's very mild, surprisingly mild. No sort of really too much of a sort of liquor smell. Very mild, very smooth smell that is not bad on the nose at all, unlike some lower quality rums that I've tried in the past. Now, I've never tried a lot of tequila. I've never really tried a lot of alcohol made with agave. I've only ever tried one tequila before, and that's the only alcohol I've ever tried made with agave. But this is definitely even more mild smelling than the tequila I tried previously. Very interesting. I don't feel like I'm really getting much of a smell from the bottle, so I'm going to go ahead and pour this in my glass. And that should be good to start with. If I want more, I can always get more after all. Just going to put the cork back in. There we go. Ooh, that was satisfying. Good cork movement on this bottle. I ain't going to lie, y'all. Good cork movement. Well, let's go ahead and smell it just a little bit more, this time in the glass. And in the glass is definitely a bit more potent. Not pungent, but potent. I was about to say pungent, and I was like, no, it's not quite right. It's just a bit more potent. In the glass, I'd have to say I'm getting... I'd have to say you know, I was about to say I don't really smell any ash, but, you know, kind of actually, I am kind of getting like a smoky, ashy scent. Like when I kind of uncover, I've got a covered ashtray I keep outside. When I uncover that, sometimes I get a smell and whatnot, and it's like an ashtray smell in the best way possible. And that's the smell, yeah, like an ashtray smell in the best way possible, kind of from this. And when I say ashtray, I mean ash-y smell. I don't think they were lying about that by any means. That is pretty accurate of a smell. But yeah, I'm getting sort of a slightly smoky, ashy scent with an undertone of agave. They're saying there's some freshly cut grass in there and wet soil. I would definitely have to say it smells moist, it smells earthy. I wouldn't say it smells like soily or grassy per se, but it definitely smells like wet earth just in general. Yeah, very interesting. I'm most certainly getting, I'd have to say, yeah, sort of ashy, smoky, agave smell with undertones of like wet earth. It smells pretty dang good if I do say so myself. And we can see color-wise, it is just about perfectly clear. Is there any sort of tinge to it at all? No, not really. It looks honestly clearer than water. It's very crystal clear, very just clear. And it makes me see why they decided to use a colored bottle. After all, it makes it just look a little bit more interesting than just having it be in a clear bottle. So I'm not terribly surprised they made that choice. Smells pretty good though. I think it should taste pretty good. Well, I do think, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and take a sip of mezcal for the first time, and I should probably go ahead and find out, well, just what it is like, what I think of it, and whether it's something that I enjoy drinking or not. So without further ado, y'all, let's go and take a very small sip of mezcal, and let's find out just how it is. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, ooh, wow. I got a bunch of spiciness, a bunch of hotness in the back of my throat, and that was a tiny sip. But the taste is fantastic. The taste is great. It tastes so good. Wow. Wow. Mouthfeel-wise, it is a very smooth mouthfeel with, I'd have to say, a little bit of syrupiness in it. Not a bad thing, just kind of like a agave nectar syrup, because it's agave after all. So the mouthfeel itself is definitely similar to something like, let's say, agave nectar or tequila. A little bit of an alcohol hit on there, but very smooth. Very, very, very smooth. And just a fantastic taste that is really nice. Wow, that is super nice. I really like it. Oh man, I can see myself drinking a lot more of this. If tequila, if I was about to say if tequila. I've only ever tried one type of tequila. And now I've tried one type of mezcal, so I don't really have much of a comparison, I'll acknowledge. But if tequila is the more fruity of the two, and this being the more smoky, I don't know, it's really, it's different, but it's really good. It's different, but it's really good, and the flavor is just really nice. I'm getting Oh man, I don't want to look at the back of the bottle. I was about to cheat and look at the back of the bottle and see if I could just notice the flavors they're saying, because I feel like that's cheating. I wouldn't be saying whether I think those flavors are in there, or I wouldn't be saying those flavors and saying, oh, that's the flavor I'm getting. Because if I'm not getting those flavors, I'm going to tell y'all. But what's on the back of the bottle definitely does help me kind of figure out what I'm tasting. Sometimes I just want to give you all my impressions of what I'm tasting without looking at the back of the bottle for the moment, because I don't really remember what it says on the back of the bottle. So let's do that, and then I'm going to look and see whether I'm actually getting those flavors or not, and see if I'm actually noticing those flavors or not. Very smooth though, wow. This stuff is actually easy to drink straight. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'd have to say, flavor-wise, I'm getting most prominently, excuse me, a sort of, that was a really disappointing burp. It was okay. Flavor-wise, I'm getting mostly a smoky agave nectar sweet sort of honey-like flavor. Yeah. No, it's sort of a smoky, like honey-like sweet agave nectar agave flavor. And that's what I'm noticing right off the bat. Let's take another sip, and I'm gonna turn the bottle around. Wow. Yeah, a little bit of alcohol, but it's actually very easy to sip. I know it might not look like it. I'm just not very good at drinking straight liquor. Liquor? I hardly know her. Ow! Ow. That's a knee ow, that hurt. I hit my finger on the side of my chair, which is metal, and then I slapped my palm of my hand too hard, or not my palm, like this part of my hand, too hard into my kneecap. Oh man, that hurt. That was a bad choice. Liquor? I hardly know her. I got him. There we go. Finally did it. I like this stuff though. This stuff is good. I do like this stuff. I'm not really one to drink straight liquor like all that much. But like this, with like some water, like not even much water, like just a little bit of like probably like fill up the glass to like probably right around there, and then just fill up the glass with the like Topo Chico. Like you don't even need much. Like that would be enough, I feel like, to like get the flavor of it with none of the harshness. I am legitimately gonna have to try a mezcal ranch water. I could try one right now. I have a bottle of Topo Chico. I'd want to try a mezcal ranch water today in this video. I was thinking I might make a separate video doing that and try to capitalize more, but no, I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna do it today after I finish off this glass. I'm gonna make me a little bit of a mezcal ranch water. Yeah. Wow. Insanely smooth though. This is some quality stuff. Now this is what I call a quality alcohol for real. Flavor-wise, I am getting, ooh, haven't turned the bottle around yet. Flavor-wise, I'd have to say I'm getting a most prominently sort of slightly smoky, ashy, agave nectar and honey-like flavor with an undertone of, I'd have to say, just roasted agave, I guess. That might just be a part of the smoky flavor, though. And then I'm getting a little bit of a sort of like wet grass like flavor with a little bit of just like normal earthiness as well, which one might consider to be dirt. What does it say the flavor of this mezcal is like? So it says you get sophisticated integration of roasted agave, herbacity, and smoke. Now, I don't really know what herbacity means. I'll acknowledge I have no idea what that means, but am I getting a little bit of roasted agave? I'd have to say I am. Am I getting some smoke/ash? I absolutely am. And am I getting like some sort of herbal-esque elements? I assume herbacity, herbal city. I don't know exactly what it means. But I assume it means like sort of an herbal, earthy, grassy flavor I'm definitely getting some of that as well. This is interesting. Mezcal, I'm definitely very interested by now because on the tongue, it's very sweet, yet at the same time, it's very savory. Whereas the tequila I tried was pretty much just sweet, with the alcohol part of it being savory, but the alcohol part of this is sweet, with the taste itself being more savory, except for some of the agave, which is still sweet. Very interesting. It's saying on the finish, chocolate, green pepper, burn wood. I'd have to say I'm definitely getting a little bit of a woody taste on the finish. I'd have to say a little bit of burn wood taste on the finish. Green pepper, I don't know about that, but I know I'm not getting any chocolate on the finish. Personally, I'm not. Some other people may. Maybe there's a little bit of dark chocolate in there. I don't know. But overall, I'd have to say the description they gave for the nose, taste, and finish, overall, very accurate. There's a lot of alcohols out there, I'm sure, that just put a bunch of random stuff on the back of the bottle to make people think it tastes like that, when in fact it does not at all. I've certainly experienced one rum or two where they say it tastes like one thing, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of get that, but it's more like this instead. This, on the other hand, is right on. It's right on. It is right on. This stuff, they ain't lying when they say the flavor on the back of the bottle. I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty much exactly right. And I just took a big sip there. No issue. Don't get me wrong. A little bit of an alcohol flavor, for sure, in the back of my throat. But, man, just like tequila, if you get drinking this stuff, you can just sip it, no issue. That's one of my things with tequila. That's one of the reasons why I like it so much. Once I get to drink it, I can just sip it, no issue kind of thing. Mezcal is the exact same. Very smooth, very nice taste, a taste with a decent amount of depth, and I'm feeling a little bit buzzed. Definitely a little bit buzz-inducing as well. Wow. A little bit of spiciness, a little bit of hotness in the back of my throat. But very smooth. Very, very, very smooth. I am legitimately super impressed. I really am. Overall, taste-wise, I'd have to say I'm very much getting that of a... From the mezcal, I'm getting very much that of a taste of smoky, ashy, roasted agave with undertones of a sort of like sweet, honey-like agave nectar, with then under that, a little bit of like wet grass and earth. And that's very much the flavor I'm getting from this agave. On the finish, I'd have to say I'm predominantly getting that of a more earthy flavor than not. I'd have to say, it did say on the back of the bottle, if I remember correctly, that there was a little bit of green pepper in there. I would have to say it's not like a peppery flavor, but there is a little bit of sort of a very mild, I'd have to say like green pepper flavor, which is not a spicy pepper. It also said there's a little bit of burn wood. Yeah, I'd have to say it's got a little bit of sort of burn wood in there as well. So on the finish, I'd have to say it's very much that of a sort of earthy green pepper, burn wood flavor. I'm not really noticing any chocolate though. Maybe a little bit of coca, like baking coca, but no real chocolate, in my personal opinion. Overall, I have respect for the company that made this mezcal. Not only did they make what is, in my opinion, a pretty dang good drink, but they also accurately said what the alcohol tastes like on the back of the bottle. Now, I'll acknowledge I've always just kind of chalked it up to the fact that, alcohol tastes different to different people and everything like that. But sometimes I really do feel like companies are trying to oversell the flavor of the alcohol on the back of the bottle. These dudes, Montelobos, they are not. And I have massive respect for that. And that's something I like to see. But I said I was going to make myself a mezcal ranch water for the first time today. I have tried a ranch water made with tequila, which is what it's normally made with previously, but I have not tried one made with mezcal because, of course, this is my first ever time having mezcal. So I figure I should probably go get my Topo Chico, go to a little bit of lime juice, and make myself up a ranch water. So I'll be back momentarily, y'all. and I'm gonna be making one. Not making a separate video for this, making it live today. Yes, sir. Alrighty though, y'all. I have my tall boy glass, my stirrer, my lime juice, and of course, most importantly, my Topo Chico. I am all ready to make me up a mezcal ranch water for the first time. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it, y'all. Let's go ahead. Take out my stirrer real quick. Go ahead and grab my... Ooh, should I measure this out exactly? Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Wee ball, I ain't gonna measure it out exactly. Let's go. Go and pour my... That didn't spill, okay. It did splash a little bit in the bottle, but not out of the bottle. Let's go and just pour this into my glass just a little bit real quick. A little bit more. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, it should be good. That should be perfect right about there. Let's go ahead. Excuse me, burping a little bit. I know I'm burping. Oh, that is a satisfying snap. I like that. Oh, I've also got my bottle opener, which is an essential. But, what was I about to say? I was about to say something. I can't remember. But this cork snap is really good. I really like it. Let's go ahead and get this bottle of Topo Chico all opened up, though. Just fell on the ground. Let me grab that real quick. And let's go ahead and pour her in. Should really be doing a beer pour with this so it doesn't get too fizzy and lose carbonation, but it is what it is. I'm going to be going full ranch water, and I'm going to be adding lime juice as well. I don't really know if you're supposed to add lime juice to a mezcal ranch water, I'll acknowledge. I'm just kind of free birding this one, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, we ball. I'm trying to get this opened up, and my fingers ain't cutting it. Try to use the fork. My fork ain't cutting it. Gonna have to use my... I could just use the bottle opener, or not the bottle opener, the bottle cap. If that'll work. Yeah, that worked. Good moves. Cap, always a good move. That's what I'm saying. Let's go and pour some lime juice in. Just like that. I think that should be all good. No complaints on my behalf. And let's go ahead and just stir this up real quick. Just a little bit. Yes, sir. Overall, smell-wise, can I still smell the mezcal? Oh, I most certainly can. It still smells pretty much only like mezcal. Let's go ahead and just put this all over to the side. If anything, it smells like the mezcal has actually gotten a little bit more of an intense smell, which is kind of amusing and odd. I wouldn't have expected that. Let's go ahead and take a sip and find out just how a mezcal ranch water is for the first time as well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, yeah, that's nice. I like that. I think I added a little bit too much lime juice, but ooh, it's good. I like it. It's definitely different. I'd have to say, based off the first sip, might change. Based off the first sip, it's definitely less sweet, maybe a little bit more mild. And that's just what I'm noticing right off the bat. I am going to go ahead. It's getting chilly. I am going to go ahead and put on my gator and my beanie, because it is getting chilly, let me tell y'all what. So I'm going to go ahead and just put these on real quick, because I am getting a little bit cold, I'll acknowledge. It's not like the coldest day in the world today, but it is like a high of like 55, and now that I'm in the shade, it's probably in the 40s, like high 40s, so, you know, oh, man, that's so much better. The breeze doesn't help as well. There's a breeze today. But that is nice. I'd have to say the taste of the mezcal, you can definitely still notice it under the Topo Chico. However, the tequila I tried in a ranch water, which was in specific the Tres Agaves Blanco tequila, that I feel like definitely shined through in a ranch water more, and definitely as well, you could just taste it a bit more. Like, for me with that tequila, I would much rather drink it in a ranch water than drink it straight. Right now, I'm feeling about the same. Not about the same, would much rather drinking mezcal in ranch water than drinking straight, but I'm feeling like drinking it straight is just as good as in a ranch water. It's not better, it's just different kind of thing. Whereas with the tequila, it's just one of those things where, okay, I enjoy drinking it straight, but it's not something I want to do all the time. I enjoy the taste of it, but the alcohol was too much. This, on the other hand, this stuff is so smooth. Like, oh my God, it's crazy smooth. Like, dangerously smooth. Like, I'm actually able to take big sips without actually, like, wanting to cough and throw up and all that sort of stuff. Because, like, if I tried taking sips of vodka like that, which has a comparable, I'm not talking, like, Everclear, I'm not talking, like, overproof, I'm not talking, like, 80% ABV vodka. I'm talking 40% vodka. If I tried taking a big sip of 40% vodka like that, I'd be wanting to vomit. But with this stuff, no. It's easy. Like, dang, I am impressed. I ain't gonna lie, I am impressed. Holy crap. Excuse me. I gotta admit, I mean, like, I really like this is my first ever experience with mezcal. First ever experience with mezcal. I've been to Mexico twice. Went to Santiago de Cuatro. Visited Mexico City. Had a great time. Been to Mexico twice. I even visited the Tequila and Mezcal Museum. They had free shots available afterwards, but we didn't end up getting free shots because they were really busy giving out free shots. And so we were like, we don't feel like waiting in line. We're just going to leave. And so that's exactly what I did. Good thing, because otherwise this video wouldn't have been titled Trying Mezcal for the First Time or Drinking Mezcal for the First Time. But even visit that machine, that museum, but somehow haven't tried mezcal in the past. I don't know how I haven't. How have I not? I've been to Mexico twice. How have I not tried tequila and mezcal before? Yeah, I don't know how, but I'm very glad I'm trying them now. Excuse me. That is for dang sure, I will acknowledge. Overall, I'm liking my drink. I'm liking my mezcal. And I'd have to say, with the Topo Chico, I'm starting to notice a little bit more of the mezcal now. I think, honestly, with this, like, I just made it like I would make a normal ranch water with the tequila I tried in the past. I think with at least this mezcal in specific, I don't really need that much water. I don't think I needed the amount I used. I think I could probably go for 2/3 of that amount, maybe not quite half, but 2/3 of that amount, and I think it would be probably just perfect. You're still tasting the mezcal, but it's not intense like it would be if you're sipping it straight, which by no means is this particularly intense. The Montelobos Espadin, the mezcal I'm drinking tonight, is actually, I mean, like, you know, I was really expecting, like, I heard online, very smoky flavor, very sort of potent flavor kind of thing. It might just be this specific one, but very mild, very smooth, and overall very much my personal preference. I think I can say with confidence, I like mezcal, and I also like mezcal in a ranch water. The Montelobos Espadin would be dang good with a cigar. For real. Genuinely. It would be fantastic with a cigar. Like, just as good as rum with a cigar, except I feel like the Montelobos Espadin would actually not ruin my perception of the taste of the cigar. Like, I can't have alcohol when I'm trying to taste test a cigar kind of thing. I can't. Because alcohol just generally messes up my taste buds, and so I can't taste other stuff as well as I could if I didn't have it in my system. Or in my mouth, because it tends to be a little bit overwhelming taste-wise sometimes, even if you're mixing it in with stuff. This, on the other hand, I really feel like I could have it and still actually properly taste a cigar and whatnot, which is honestly pretty wild. And that's something I wasn't really expecting to experience today, but that's something I've experienced nonetheless. Based off this one experience at least, excuse me, I like mezcal. And I need to try some other mezcals. There's some other mezcals available in my local area. There's not many, I'll acknowledge. There's not many mezcals. This is one of them. We've got, I think, Del Rey Magui as well. I think I'm mispronouncing that. We've got, like, the cheapest stuff, bottom of the barrel. I looked it up online. People are just like, don't drink it. I don't know what brand name for that is. And then we've got, like, a couple others. There's Dos Hombres, which is, like, the Breaking Bad. It's Bryan Cranston's and Aaron Paul's mezcal. So there's that as well in my local area. Maybe I'll have to try that. Try Breaking Bad mezcal for the first time. That would be pretty banger, I ain't gonna lie. Tequila, they've also, my local area for some reason also has Lana Del Rey's tequila. I gotta pick that up. That stuff was expensive though, so I was like, I don't know about this one, chief. But I think I need to try some more mezcal. I think the next one I try might have to be Dos Hombres, which gets okay reviews. People just mainly say it's overpriced, which it's a celebrity alcohol, so I'm not terribly surprised. Not to diss on celebrity alcohols. There are some good ones, I'm sure. But a lot of people do just mention that a lot of times celebrity alcohols do tend to be overpriced, and compared to non-celebrity mezcals, for what you're getting from it, apparently it is somewhat overpriced. I think it's like a little bit over $50 in my local area. Which, if it's worse than this, I will absolutely say it's overpriced. Because this cost me $42.95, which is already expensive, but mezcal just isn't particularly cheap in my local area. Nor is tequila. It's a luxury liquor, to say the least. Even more expensive than a lot of rums out there. Although, not cheaper than a good sipping rums. This is about the same price, almost actually exactly the same price as some of my favorite sipping rums, such as the Appleton 12 and the Mount Gay Black Barrel. Those cost, I want to say, $40 and $45 respectively. This $42.95, literally right in the middle of the two of them. Great sipping alcohol in my purse, but an absolutely would sip again. I don't normally say that about liquor. I'm not really much of a sipper. I'll acknowledge I like mixing my stuff. For tequila, I really like mixing it into a ranch water. It's my favorite. For mezcal, I think it's probably going to be the same. But, yeah. And overall, as I get lower on in the cup, as I get lower on in the glass, I'm definitely able to taste a little bit more of the mezcal in there. However, I can definitely still say with confidence, in my personal opinion at least, based off this one experience, at least this mezcal has a less intense, less potent taste than tequila. That just doesn't shine through quite as much in a ranch water, and so as such, I think less water is warranted, so you can still get that taste shining through, like you would with a tequila ranch water using the amount that I did. Most people for ranch water, they say, I use this much tequila, and then I just pour in the bottle of Topo Chico. Excuse me. And they don't have, like, exact measurements for the Topo Chico. For mezcal, though, I think it is warranted to have exact measurements, in all honesty. So maybe I'll have to do, like, a video in the future where I try to, like, make the perfect, like, mezcal ranch water. I think that would be interesting, where I try to find the perfect amount of Topo Chico that is exactly right, for at least my personal preferences. I think that would be an interesting video. Maybe something I have to do in the future. Stay tuned for that. I might make it, might not. Probably will, because actually I really want to make that video now. You know, we coming up with some ideas today. Yes, sir. Overall, yeah, I could say I like mezcal. I like mezcal in a ranch water. I like a mezcal ranch water. And overall, you know, I'm going to have to give the Montelobos Espadin, I'm going to have to give this bottle a solid 4 out of 4. Solid 4 out of 4. Absolutely fan-frickin-tastic. I really like this stuff. Really good stuff. Absolutely 4 out of 4 in my personal opinion. Would buy another bottle of again, without a doubt. Like, this is a bottle, like, I don't say this much. In fact, I don't think I have really, honestly, any other bottles but one that I'm like, if I had a liquor cabinet, this is one that, if I ran out, I would always pick up again and refill. Or just put in my liquor cabinet again, not refill the bottle. One of them is Appleton 12. Appleton 12, I'm a really big fan of. I really like it. It's the best rum I've ever tried in my personal opinion. I'm a fan. When it comes to vodka, that would be like Haku vodka. Best vodka I've ever had. Also, second only vodka I've ever had, but I really like it. My friends who are really big fans of vodka, much bigger fans than I am, really like it as well. I have faith it's quality vodka. I like vodka Sprites. I really like the Haku vodka and vodka Sprites, so it's one of my like consistent vodka purchases. I could definitely see the Montelobos Espadin being a consistent purchase of mine. Like, I really like the Tres Agave tequila as well. And I really enjoyed it. I think it's a very high quality, very good product. Another solid 4 to 4 in my personal opinion. But it's something that, I don't know, personally, I don't know if I would want to keep it in my liquor cabinet all the time. I could see myself rotating, without a doubt. I could see myself rotating it a lot, kind of thing. Now, granted, this is my first ever time trying mezcal, second ever time trying something made with the tequila. Or not tequila, sorry, being made with agave. I've got a little bit of a buzz going, as I'm sure you guys can tell. But I don't know, the flavor, I mean, like, I love the flavor of the Tres Agaves Blanco tequila. I really like the flavor. It's a really good tequila, in my personal opinion. Highly rated online. Really good from what I've heard. But I'll acknowledge, I think I like the flavor of the Montelobos more. I do think I do. I think I like the mouthfeel of it more. I think I like the flavor of it more. I like the smoothness of it more. I like tequila as well. I've tried only one tequila, don't get me wrong, but I do like it as well, I'll acknowledge. It's something that I've tried previously, and it's something that I enjoyed when I tried it. I need to try more, though. But just based off this one experience, I do think I'll acknowledge, I do think I may like mezcal a little bit more. I found this bottle to be smoother. I found myself to be enjoying the taste a little bit more. And I don't know, I just enjoyed it more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say, I think based off this one experience, I've only ever tried one tequila, one mezcal. But if I had to say which I enjoyed, the tequila I tried or this mezcal, I'd have to say I enjoyed this one more. Now, I really enjoyed the tequila I tried. As said, the Tres Agaves Blanco Tequila, 4 out of 4. Absolutely a 4 out of 4. I can't remember what grading I gave it during the video I made about it, but solid 4 out of 4 in retrospect. Really enjoyed it. This is a solid 4 out of 4. The Montelobos Espadin, 4 out of 4, without a doubt. I just realized I got to grab myself a screenshot for the thumbnail, but I'll do that in a minute, but solid 4 to 4, and based off this one experience, goddamn, do I want to try more? Do I want to try more mezcal? Yes, I certainly do. That's what I'm saying. Yes, I want to try more mezcal in the future. I want to see if this is a one-off experience with just an amazing mezcal, or if it's consistent. Because if mezcal is consistently like this, holy crap, it's gonna be, to my personal preference, way more so than not. Now, I don't think the cheap mezcal is consistently like this. I'm pretty sure the cheap mezcal is probably not this good. But other stuff in the same price range as this bottle, if they're consistently this enjoyable to me, we might have a new contender for one of my top liquors, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Right now, rum is at the very top, then probably tequila, then probably vodka. No, actually, I have to say rum, whiskey, tequila, vodka. And then I've tried like Rumple Mints once before, but it was just, I don't like the flavor. It was just really smooth because I shotted it. It's the only smooth shot I've ever had, though, so I gotta give it credit, though. For like this, though, this might take, I don't know if it would take the #1 spot away from rum, because I do really like rum and I like my rum and cokes, but this could definitely take the #2 spot. It could definitely. Overall, I like mezcal. It's a 4 out of 4. I like the Montelobos. It's a 4 out of 4. Tastes great, very smooth, good mouthfeel, great in a ranch water as well. Overall, I got no complaints on my behalf, and even as we're getting towards the end, still not a super overwhelming sort of alcohol flavor or anything like that by any means, but did get a little bit more intense. Not in a bad way, though, in a positive way. Let's go and grab myself a little bit of a screenshot for the thumbnail of this video. I am buzzed, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, hopefully one of those will do. I opened my eyes like really wide to try to get the YouTuber thumbnail for a second. I love doing that. I think it's so funny. I don't know if it actually helps with views. I don't care. I just think it's funny to do that. Excuse me. That was a good burp. That was satisfying. But hopefully one of those screenshots will do as a thumbnail for the video. We'll find out. Worst case scenario, I can grab another one after this video. We'll find out though. Ooh. No alcohol in there. It's just the carbonation in the back of my throat made me do that. Yeah, I want to go pick up some more Topo Chico. God damn. This stuff is so good. This stuff is so good with some Topo Chico. The mezcal worked. Yeah, 4 out of 4. I'm like, don't get me wrong. Like the tequila ranch water, that was a 4 out of 4 too. The mezcal ranch water, 4 out of 4 too. Absolutely, absolutely. So dang good. So dang good. Just different. Just different. Yeah. I can't really choose. I can't really pick tequila over mezcal. Just based off this experience, I think I probably like the taste of mezcal more than tequila, but I also really enjoyed the tequila I like. But really putting them against themselves, which I know a lot of people do, and obviously I've been doing during this video as well, I don't really feel like it's fair to put mezcal versus tequila kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I mean, like, it's kind of, I'm like, different process, different plants, different agave plants can be used. It doesn't have to be made in the same area. Different distillation. There's a lot of differences between mezcal and tequila. I mean, like, let's say there's a 100% barley whiskey out there or something like that kind of thing, or 100% wheat whiskey, which I'm sure exists. But then there's a 100% wheat vodka. Like, obviously, they're not put against each other because they're two completely different things made with completely different distillation processes. I don't know. I feel like it's just not fair to compare mezcal to tequila. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I know a lot of people compare mezcal to tequila. I don't know. Completely different taste, though. Due to the fact that it's made with the same thing, it is kind of a similar mouthfeel. But it's different at the same time. It's not quite as syrupy, as thick, as heavy. It's definitely a much lighter mouthfeel, but it is still a little bit syrupy. It's made with agave after all, to be expected. It's got more of a mouthfeel of like very light agave syrup, in my personal opinion. But yeah. I'm not gonna pick one over the other. I'm not gonna pick mezcal over tequila. Did I enjoy this bottle of mezcal more? Did I enjoy sipping this bottle of mezcal straight more than I enjoyed sipping the bottle of tequila I had straight? I'd have to say I did. But one, not by much. And two, honestly, just because it didn't kind of surprise me so much as well. Because the bottle of tequila I had really surprised me in the taste. I was just like, what the hell is this? This tastes like nothing I've ever had before. And it was just so shocking to me. This, though, didn't surprise me as much in the taste. And it was also a taste that just is more to my personal preferences, is more what I'm used to, I'd have to say. In an odd way. But I'm not going to choose tequila over mezcal. I'm not going to choose mezcal over tequila. I really enjoy both of them. Both the tequila I've tried and the mezcal I've tried have been solid 4 to 4s. I really like them. I like mezcal. I like tequila. Let me just put it that way. I like both of them. They're both really, really, really dang good. Well, I think that's pretty much all I had to say for this video, though. To say the least, I like this mezcal. It's a 4 to 4. The Montelobos Espadin is great stuff. I'm a fan. I also really like tequila, but I also really like this bottle. Mezcal is great stuff. I cannot wait to finish off this bottle and try more again in the future. I am very excited to try more mezcal. Maybe I have to try some El Rey, Del Rey? Oh, I can't remember. Del Rey Magui. I can't remember. They sell that stuff. They sell some of it. I think that's the name of the brand. They sell some of that in my local area. I think. I might be wrong. It might be a different brand I'm thinking of. I've heard it's overpriced, but I've also heard it's really good. So I do want to try some. So I think next up, I might have to buy a bottle of that stuff, try it, and find out how it is. But first off, I'm gonna be finishing off this bottle. Yes, sir. I've had a great experience today. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. This video is a bit longer than I was planning on it being, I'll acknowledge. But I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Also, make sure to leave you guys' opinions on Mezcal in the comments down below. If you guys have never tried it before, let me know what you guys think based off this video. I would have to say, if you guys enjoy whiskey, I definitely think you guys might enjoy Mezcal more than tequila. I don't know. That's just my personal take. But I think if you guys like rum and whiskey over some other stuff, and you're not really a big tequila person, I think Mezcal might be for you, kind of thing. That's kind of my personal take, I'll acknowledge. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of Mezcal if you've tried it before. Let me know what you guys think based off this video if you guys haven't tried it before. And also make sure to check out my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my other channels, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Till the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?